Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, everyone. Inshallah, this is going to be our video number 4. And today, these videos we're going to be talking about Tajweed rules as far as reciting the Quran and understanding how we should read and what do we do when we come across certain situations and we need to know exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, so today, inshallah, we already talked about, in the last video, we talked about Izhar Halqi, which meant a clear pronunciation or clear reciting. Now, today, the second part that we're going to be talking about is iqlab. This is the second category that we need to be focusing on. So we have iqlab. And what does this mean? Iqlab. Let me just write it in also. Iqlab. You know what? I'm always having issues with my markers. Okay, so iqlab means to change or to turn over. Turn over. The root letter qalaba is in here. Qalaba meaning qalb, our heart. So our heart is always like moving, turning side to side or whatever, pounding, whatever however you perceive it. But iqlab, that's what it means, to turn over, to change something. Okay. Now, this category applies only to in two situations, which makes it a lot easier to pinpoint when we come across this. So the letters that we need to be focusing on are, let me see if I can write this with a different color. All right. So it has to deal with a little small meme. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then the letter ba. Wow, these are all not working very well. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and move this because we can't really see it. Let's just write it with the blacks. It's easy. There's a meme. And then right after that, there's the letter ba. So this is like a little meme that comes usually on top of a letter. So now we have two situations that we have to look for when we come across the examples for noon sakina. Noon sakina. And then we have for tanween. Okay. All right. So let's just focus on the noon sakina. So we have, I have the example here. Min, and then ba'di, right? So here in this situation, when we come across, you've noticed that here there's the noon. There's nothing on it, so it's like a noon sakina here. And the way to read this little meme is placed on it. The little meme is placed on top of that. So how we read this as mim, like there, you have to make that sound because the letter ba is right after it. So you have the noon followed by the letter ba. This has to do with ba and then the little small meme. So we have the small meme and then we have the ba. So how we read this as now is like ba'di. We're not really pressing the lips tight like mim. It's still, the lips are open, but the meme sound is coming out. Ba'di. Right? So this is what we do. So this is what it's called iqlab. That we're changing this noon sound to like a meme sound because the ba is coming and it goes well when you're reciting. Right? It goes better that way. So this is one example. I'm going to give another example. Let's see if I think it's, yeah. But nah. So the word is fa and batna, right? But we're not going to read it like that because this is tajweed. So there's a noon here. So on top of this noon, again, there's this little meme here. Let's make this a little bit more so we can see there's a meme. And there's a little meme on top of this noon here. So the same thing then applies here. These are two separate things. So now we're going to read this as فَأَنبَتْنَا فَأَنبَتْنَا, and then we hold this for 2 beats or 2 counts, right? Because we want to give the space on the right of that when we're reciting this. So this is called anytime, and then again here, it's right after that, it's followed by the letter ba. This is the situation that this only applies into, okay? The iqlab that you're looking for, the little meme, and then it has to be followed by ba, okay? And this is how you're going to read it. All right, and then when we come across tanween, what is tanween? We talked about it. Tanween has the harakat, like the vowel signs. So we have, like, for example, we have 2 fathas, or we have 2 kasras, or we have 2 dhammas, whether it's like this or like that, right? So these are the tanween signs. All right, so in this case, what happens when we have the tanween is coming in this situation in the iqlab? So what do we do? So the example here is, let me just make some space here. I think I need more space for tanween. I'm gonna have to la nas la nas la nas fa. Again, there's that little meme. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take this off for now. Bin Nasiya. Okay. All right. Okay. So there's supposed to be 2 fathas there. So what happens here now, we're doing the iqlab, we're changing, right? We're changing. So lanasfa'an instead of lanasfa'an bin nasiya. So when we have to read this together, then there's a little change here, and then here comes the iqlab part. We're changing, we're putting the little meme there. We are not doing this. It's already been done in the Qur'an. So it's just I'm pointing it out that this is how it's changed to make those little tweaks. So when we recite it, it becomes much easier. It flows beautifully, right? So now we read it as لَنَسْفَعًا بِالنَّاصِيَةِ لَنَسْفَعًا بِالنَّاصِيَةِ. So it's like you're preparing to pronounce the ba, right? You're just preparing to pronounce the ba. So it just makes it just flows better. And then, of course, we pronounce everything else. Bin nasiya. Then we have the nun mushaddada bi ghunnatu haraka, and then you continue like that. So this is the rule. Lanasfa'am. Now you can explain that to someone if they're asking you why. Well, there used to be 2 fathas here, and for the ease of pronunciation to make it flow beautifully, so you just get rid of one of the fathas, and then it's replaced by meme. So then it's easier to recite it. All right, so I'm going to erase this because I have one more example for iqlab here for us. Now we have the next one is yawma idhin. يوم إذن بجهنم. Okay, so the situation is here. So now we have يوم إذن B. See, if we read it يوم إذن B, it's just so choppy. So the rule is that now one of the little kasras has been removed and the little meme is placed here. And you see this in the Quran when you come across it. Now you know why it's been that way. So now we can read it as يومئذ. See, the mouth is already there, prepared to pronounce the ba. يومئذ B. يومئذ بجهنم. Right? So it's instead of يومئذ بجهنم. See, it's a lot of movement in the mouth. So this way, it's for the ease. So this is why it's done. يومئذ بجهنم. Right? And here, of course, all of these are iqlabs. And then we have to keep this for 2 beats when we come across it, when we recite it. Okay? So inshallah, I think this is all there is as far as this rule is concerned. It's called iqlab, and it deals with only the bad letter and the little small meme that is placed on top of the letter before the ba. Okay, for the noon sakina, it has to be placed on top of the noon, and then here it's in place on top of the noon. Immediately it's followed by the letter ba. Immediately it's followed by the letter ba. And noon ba, right? This is how you pronounce it. And then for the tanween, we did it lanasfa'am bin nasiya. I erased that one. But also here, now we have the yawma idin. Now one of them was removed. So you put the little meme there. Now it's easier to pronounce. Yawma idin bi jahannama. And then it's easier that way. All right, inshallah. I think iqlab was very pretty short. Not a whole lot there. I'm trying to see what else we have that I can quickly cover in this video, inshallah, for us before moving on to other things. Okay. Well, I think that's it. So I don't want to get you guys too confused. So let's just go ahead and inshallah let's stop this video here. This would be just for iqlab, and inshallah on the next video, then we're gonna be talking about. I remember in the beginning I said we have 4 different kinds of rules for noon sakina and tanween. We've already covered idhar halqi, and we just covered iqlab, and then so the next one we have idgham, means merging, and we have different kinds of idghams that then we cover that, and then we have ikhfa, and that's another. Then we have different types of ikhfa, so we have to cover that. All right, until next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.